flop, and pretty much nobody has gone back to try that champion again.
Standing still as an AD carry is a dangerous proposition.
Yeah, we talked a lot about this bottom lane matchup, actually. You know, the last time they did play, Cop and Special combined for 0 kills for Curse. Meanwhile, Doublelift by himself was 5, 0, and 8. And Doublelift now leads the league not only in kills, but also gold generation per minute. So definitely a formidable opponent for these guys. We'll see how those bottom lanes stack up. Maybe we will just have switches to the 2v1 scenarios instead.
It's great that they're on the blue side. If that 2v none goes down, Doublelift gets into his atmosphere of free farm. They have control on Dragon. Dexter's been actually quite aggressive lately with some Vi play. We'll see if he goes there. Junglers actually pass through completely here in the bans.
Yeah, Curse has opted for banning out both the Nidalee and Twitch, which CLG used in the same team composition.
So they did focus it. Maybe you'll play Vayne, Kobe.
They've also taken out that Lucian. I don't feel like banning a lot of AD carries against Doublelift is a very strong strategy, because Doublelift does have a very deep champion pool. He's been playing for so long, but also the team really likes to use other types of AD carries. CLG is one of the teams where they will tailor different strategies, accustomed for different AD carries. They loved Sivir for a long time because of the team mobility.
Yeah,
they really like switching between different objectives. And then they also have shown how well they can use Jinx in shield compositions for kiting backwards. They've already got Lulu locked in here. Could be the makings of exact same shield style Jinx game for counter logic.
Thinking of what to choose. Will they actually get Cop and AD carry here? It looks like they're going to let that go to the wayside. Special to have Thresh this game. He actually was throwing down on Braum quite a few times. Dexter will not be pushed on Divide this game. He gets the lease in and locks it in immediately, saying thank you very much. It looks like Doublelift may be thinking about a Jinx, and they want to get that right out of the way with the hover of Curse almost wanting an AD carry, but they switch off of it.
I'd love to see Jace coming back. I think it would be a great preview, because with the new items in 410,
yes,
Jace is also getting a pretty big boost, and not just AD carries. But we'll leave that until the actual patch comes to the LCS. For the meantime, we just get Doublelift on Jinx once again.
Ooh. See the Varus play. Remember Cop for that very well last split. Varus was something he brought out numerous times. I think with a half and half effect of wins losses. A little less on the win side. We'll see what he can do. You always know Cop saying this is the best position he's in. Carry.
Well, the laning phase he's talking about, that's his greatest strengths, I guess.
Strength. The Kayle. It's been a while. We've seen some Kayle bans today, but she has not really surfaced since the week of top lane, kind of Zion Spartan and Ackerman. Yeah,
top lane Kayle with a teleport is a very strong option for a lot of teams. We have to keep wondering, though, is this going to be a top lane Kayle, or is it another Voyboy Kayle? He actually had problems with his positioning on the
week
last time he did
help him out.
Kayle. And Kayle is a tricky champion because she's her timing, the timing of your spells is so crucial with this champion. You really have to execute her very well, because if you are not able to block incoming damage with it, then really you're going to lose out on a lot for this team, since Voyboy at mid lane would not take teleport, so you can't really use her great split pushing speed, and you are really relying on her team fight, which is also good, the area effect damage and the ulti, but it just puts so much more pressure on the timing of that ultimate.
Ooh, I was thinking that would actually be a Lulu for Seraph. This is the first time they're going to be putting him on an AP champion in the top lane. The most he's done on that is Jax. He's going to the Aurelia, where really nobody else in the NA in the top has. So this is different. We'll see how Seraph does here. A little bit more of a playmaker.
Yeah, and they've also passed up the Orianna. So they're not going full shields like Dignitas with Lulu plus Orianna and Jinx. But they feel like Lulu is just going to be enough defense for Doublelift on that Jinx. And having Link on a roaming assassin like LeBlanc, getting a lot more control of the enemy jungle. LeBlanc is great at following up a Lee Sin with early invades, especially if he's switching out for that sweeper very early to control vision.
And Link's roam is some of my favorite as well. One of the best things I think he does is the disappear from lane at level 5 on Ziggs, and instead of backing, you head to the bottom lane and get a kill for your team. Just a little mind
counter pick still available for Curse, though. They do switch it up. Won't be Voyboy taking that Kale this time around. We'll see. Quas probably will run that teleport with it, so Curse have the option of a split pushing Kale. Kale is extremely fast wave clear. Once she does get the Runon's Hurricane on top of Nasser's Tooth, and she can just instantly clear a wave and also walk over to another lane. She can easily just rotate by walking somewhere else. Doesn't always have to use a teleport because she is so quick. And I really also like pairing top lane Kale with Yasuo because Yasuo would not require any of the blue buffs. So this Curse team, they can either give a blue buff up to Kale or to Corki, both of which are extremely good options for them, which will increase the damage a lot.
We'll see if they can get the early lead to keep those coming as the teams load into the game. Let's check the vote over at LOLesports.com. Right now, CLG leads Curse with 86% of the vote. Some pretty high numbers today coming in here. But keep sending your picks in by tweeting at LOLesports. Be sure to use that hashtag CLG win or CRS win.
Very interested to see if we have actually 1v1 matchups for the side solo lanes with Seraph and Quas, because Kale and Lulu both range champions. It's kind of a matchup like that we're used to seeing at mid lane. With the longer lanes, both of these guys are actually fairly safe because they have their own speed boost that they can apply to themselves. But again, top tier junglers were made all the way through ban phase this time around. So a lot of early pressure. Elise and Lee Sin, king and queen of the jungle. We'll see what these guys can do with it, because these are the best tools that you can have as a jungler on this current patch.
And they're playmakers as well, as you're saying, as that on Dexter, who loves to be in the faces of everybody he plays against. And as well as we have Dominate, who is the Flash Cocoon, just playmaker coming out for Curse right now. They are definitely going to need that coming in versus Counter Logic Gaming. 8-3 CLG versus a 3-8 Curse. Definitely a need they're going to want to have here as they get onto the Rift. Kobe, this game was 34 minutes last time, with the first inhib going down at 33. So it was CLG walking on through.
All right. Let's see what the level 1 game plan looks like. One sweeper here actually starting out for Curse. Dominate really wants to take advantage of that Elise early gank potential. Conga line gets spotted by Cop. Blue side invade here for CLG makes you think that they're going to keep their dual lane bottom. And Curse looks like they're just going to take that and go for the safe route. Lane swaps for everybody. 2 versus 0 probably. CLG looking for that lane matchup. The deep ward, a little bit off placement there by Double. If too close to the turret there, does get seen. So Curse know that this ward is there. However, it's so far over, they can't sneak by the wall. So kind of a catch.
That's all right. That's why I think
two right there.
Twitter mechanics vote.
Even if Curse knows there's a ward there, you're not sneaking by it into this lane. So it's going to be the 2 versus 2 down bottom. See if they can actually pull off simultaneous buff starts here.
I love the wait.
Now just be regular. Mirror wards. And we'll see if Curse actually make a switch.
Unleash the minions. All right, let's start this up. We're going to see how Dominate and Quas can really make themselves useful around the jungle. On the other side, Dexter as well as Seraph to be together in kind of the jungle buddy situation.
Ooh, are CLG going to get scared from this blue steal just by the duo being bottom? That's what, you know, Curse may have been hoping for there. CLG do not get scared off, though. Because they only saw that duo, and it is the right call. So Dexter doesn't shy away from the buff steal and is able to counter it.
They give him everything as well. Knowing that the lanes are going to be standard matchup, they teleport up top quickly, allow Dexter to soak up that experience alone, and then start the game off.
Yeah, and because the top side was invaded by Curse, Quas gets the teleport advantage. This is going to help Quas's laning phase because he will have that instant return, won't lose out on any minion waves if he does lose out on trades in lane. Dexter, though, having a hard time sustaining through the jungle because of that start.
Should be okay on the roundabout. 8-20, a little bit of change in the vote. We'll see how that goes throughout the game. Remembering that we pretty much have 2 mid lanes between the top and the mid, respectively, with the picks from each team. And it's the first time we're seeing Seraph on Lulu or Quas on Kale here in the summer split. So a bit of different matchup for them as well.
Yeah, it is going to put a different sort of test on Seraph because We've mainly been seeing Shyvana from Seraph.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were commenting about his champion pool. Voidboy dashing around real quick here, but Link does find the target. Yeah, so Seraph obviously has expanded the champion pool, but we'll see how well he can perform in the 1v1. As we said, Quas does get the teleport advantage in this lane matchup, so it's going to swing it further in his favor. He's done a good job pushing so far to shove Seraph up close to his turret.
We look at those picks again as well, and we see that the Kayle was kind of taken out, Dominate moving towards the bottom lane for a gank. The Kayle was picked up. Maybe we'll wait on the Kayle. And I think they're going to go in. Beautiful wait on the Black Shield. Just at the last second, he does get the flay, but it did not lock on the Death Sentence. So
close escape there by Afro. Able to get it up in the last second. First gank, though, from Dominate. Successful. Able to burn not only the flash, also heal from Double Lift was used. 2 summoners down for that bottom lane is a very good sign for Cop and X Special. They start out pretty strong. Corki, though, should start out fairly strong in this matchup.
Ooh, Link just dodging out on the final Q. Voidboy, always with max flow, goes in for 1 dash, trying to get some aggression. And Link, very aware of that after we saw the early aggro and a few hundred health come off of his HP bar. Dexter patiently waiting in the top lane. You can remember him all the way from back from the Battle of the Atlantic. You can spend some good time in a brush. It's going to work out.
No dodge on the Q and a late flash.
Very well played there. Pressure.
Gets it.
Nicely put on the top lane. And they're going to be making a return visit to that. Alphamu getting a little bit of bush control, but Xpecial's trying to pressure him up. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get a kill, but every lane going aggro for a little bit.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Dexter on the outside. Voidboy actually dashed his in. He has given himself somewhat of an exit, but he wanted first blood. Oh, he gets so blood hungry that he gets it up.
Got confused a little bit there, Voidboy, and Link lives. I believe he has the mastery. Huh. Well, never mind. Yeah, so Link there with the bait, but he would have gone down first. Just barely lives due to the mastery. All right, so chain goes down. Link comes back in. He wants to ensure Voidboy commits to this. So he'll walk right back up. Voidboy, let's take a look at this flash. He flashes over, turns around for the auto.
And dangerous game with the level up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, and level up. Maybe he doesn't even have dangerous.
Maybe he doesn't, actually, considering the amount of HP that he got. Looked like just a level up, according to that. Nonetheless, a little bit of a gold lead grab there. The game could still go either way completely. We see Link, that sweeper in the mid lane, trying to keep himself safe, now knowing there will be some revisits. He's not going to have too much fun trying to get that LeBlanc before she gets hit 6. Can really get those assassinations out. Voidboy is someone that Curse looks to carry, and you can already see they tried to get something going there.
And we talked about those small, unfortunate mistakes for Curse there.
Yep.
It does cost Voidboy this time around. Gets really aggressive. Doesn't have wards on the side of his lane. Goes for that kill on Link. Yep. He's very close to getting it, but it does not pay off. And even if he had gotten it, it would have been an even gold trade for teams because CLG got the assisted kill.
There's that return on the flash being down. Easily going to be able to put pressure. Oh, got it. Good little quick left step there in the zig and the zag.
He's also level 6 now, so even if there was a dive, he would easily survive it.
Curse is being very aware of their jungle security. 3 wards in a line down from the top to the bottom, so nobody can make their way in. And it's helping. I mean, nobody's really tried to, but CLG seems to be getting the kills they need this first blood out of the mid lane so far. Yeah,
Curse are doing well with their warding, but I think the biggest story here is the lack of wards for CLG. Almost none on the map. Relying on just lane phase here. Just ensuring that, or they think that Dominate will not have that big of an impact.
Yeah.
He hasn't quite had that impact yet. You know, just burning summoners down bottom and then not returning to that lane to try and take advantage. So CLG have been getting by so far, sort of the cheapo route without spending a lot of wards.
Yeah, usually you'd see some of these being pinks, but they're still just greens coming up in the hands of Dexter and the hands of Link. But the sweepers are already out. No early sight stones coming in this game, or for really any of the junglers coming in today. It's been a moderate game. No big purchases.
Plus this duo down bottom, Afro and Double Lift, they spend their trinket ward on their trinket wards on side bush control. They don't even ward 4 ganks. So, you know, having blown those summoners early, you know, Flash is about to come back up now, but they were playing extremely aggressively down there in the bottom lane.
Get an ooh from the crowd as the tricky farming from Dexter comes in.
Well,
we'll see if Doublelift and Alphamu can come back there. It's been some brush control by Alphamu, but to consider this last game as we were talking, Covenant Special did not have a fun time. They got pretty dumpstered on by the Doublelift Alphamu lane once they got out and into the team fights. Seraph now back to the top lane. He will use teleport. It might be actually be called out there by Quas, but his teleport is used as well. Special just on the outside, body blocked by a melee.
So Special goes for the roam here, and Cop actually, since he's by himself, has to go all the way back to the white.
First with a really good opportunity to put some pressure on with Dexter being backed. They actually don't try to decide on anything here. Ping's going up into the top lane. They say we have a little bit longer going towards Quas. He puts down a ward. His flash will be up, though, the next time, so it's going to be very hard, especially as we mentioned the intervention as well. All up really to this next Dragon, who can get a big lead in the game.
Dexter has switched over to a sweeper as well, so once that comes off cooldown, he'll be looking to try and clear out one of these avenues for a gank for himself. Curse, though, already have their 3 sweepers available. Link doing some work trying to get that roam done that we talked about. LeBlanc roam versus a Kale up top would be a successful option,
right?
Because they can count on the silence, 200% burst down Quas.
So now Curse hasn't really done anything since they knew Dexter went back, or somebody back in that brush, but now they feel it's all right without clearing as well to go in. They do have the pink to see Dominate with a good stop on that. He's going to take some damage. Have they drawn them into a false sense of security? That's Dexter going down as he tries to make the steal, and Alphamu wants to walk into the fight as well. A double kill for Cop, and that's going to be great for Curse.
Pretty greedy right there. Pretty greedy by CLG. Voyboy, though, Link got those double buffs off of it.
It's good damage. He should be able to get an in and an out if he wanted it, but he stays safe knowing Voyboy's getting pushed out of lane. He'll try to get this pushed up himself. See that one more time. Dexter really wanting to get this Dragon to not let anything happen.
Immediately comboed, ulted there by Voyboy.
Yep.
They take him out. Just because Link gets that last Q off, CLG were able to answer with at least 1 kill out of the situation.
Voyboy actually decides to stay in this one. They're going to be quite safe now. So, good pressure coming in from Counterlogic Gaming. These buffs for Link are going to be quite big if they can start getting the pressure on in the rest of the lanes. We see Dexter already behind him, trying to formulate, clear out wards, so that stayed safe as he becomes a new focus of pressure for Curse.
Yeah, let's see what Link can actually do with these double Fs. That's the biggest thing that came out of that last skirmish for CLG. He's already been able to force Voyboy back, but Dominate as well has to be careful under turret. LeBlanc can, as you can see, harass very effectively under the turret.
Doublelift having a safe lane coming out on Jinx. It's still going to mean a lot of good things there. We do see the 2 kills onto Cop, but the Bloodthirster finished. The protection Doublelift will get from Alphamu and the rest of his team will really be able to output almost the same amount. Dexter in the back pocket of Link as they go in. Voyboy dodging out the first distortion damage. He's almost taken nothing in a 2v1 situation. Now has given not enough time for Dominate to enter the fight. A new challenger approaches as Seraph teleports in. And now Dominate and the rest of the team are getting hit up. Quas comes in from the top side. A rocket misses just over the shoulder of Dominate, and everybody is putting everything they can into this fight.
A lot of close misses, and now 4 people mid. The supports have both roamed up as well. Looks like the party is over, though. Everybody has a recall. Timely ultimate from Quas to save his life. Cop with the red buff, though. See what he can do. Alphamu comes in.
Just for pressure out, getting him off the turret. They don't really know what's coming down the river right now as they see the pressure onto a pink. Are they going to try to clear it? Alphamu. Very scary. Ward Wars. Make it happen. Just hit it. Gosh. Good dodge through the uprights. Very nice. 13 minutes on the clock. Curse clears the bottom ward.
And they do need to keep up their wards on this bottom side without that turret. They don't want to risk any moves from Dexter coming in. Little do they know, though, Dexter on the top side of the map right now. This is a very strong gank path for Lee Sin. You can run up into the bushes and just come straight through a lane for a lane gank here. Since both of these champions are like to shove each other's lanes.
Yeah.
Both Kale and Lulu like to just shove very quickly.
And that's something.
And this is a long lane, easy to take advantage of.
You almost have to consider. Quas is probably saying, why isn't he pushing my lane with Glitter Lance? Oh, this is why. Kicked into the wall. The Wild Growth as well for a little bit of extra. Pop up and crowd control. Very nice help picks. Gets him down. And the Polymorph as well. They're able to finish up the damage. It took a little longer than they wanted. It's given Dominate now time to rotate to the top lane. It's going to be a turret shot or it's going to be Dominate. But it is Dexter going down in the Retribution kill.
So 1 for 1, both assisted as well. Even trade here. Voyboy, though, left his lane, loses out on 1 minion. Able to get back in time. Well executed gank, however, had to exit the backside. And Dominate positioned himself well, farming on that red side jungle. While he knew the threat was very real for Quas, whereas there are a ton of wards down bottom. So likely gank down there.
Link moves up, playing very sure of himself in this matchup versus Voyboy. However, both champions also allowed to play safe, as you see the back and the forth, not really giving either of them the chance to execute any abilities. Right now, Voyboy is trying to get himself, like we said, in that carry position. They need more than just Cop to be big in this game.
Yeah, they really do. What Curse could count on in this matchup is building a bunch of Banshee Veils, which is great against not only LeBlanc, but also the double AP, and then counting on a Yasuo combo to take out Double F, to take out the main source of attack damage from Team CLG. However, Voyboy does not have a very reliable way of starting his knockup to get that combo in the late game. It's up to him or Xpecial. And Xpecial, unless he threads a hook through the team onto Double Lift, it's going to be extremely difficult to get a knockup back there if Double Lift positions himself well.
Well, there's one onto Link. Doesn't look like they're going to take that one over the road. Link's able to get out safe. So ward clearing going on.
Up top, though, a lot of top focus here from CLG.
And it does not look like Quas is going to have a fun time. They considered how long it took him to go down last time, so they just go for the turret here. He also has intervention up. Good wards coming out for Curse to stop anything else from dominoing off of this. 2-1 in turrets. It's only the 3rd turret overall in this game in 16 minutes. We're still 3-3, and the gold is practically even. Very good game here.
They've taken that turret, but they've also warded up this red side jungle very effectively. I really like the pink ward CLG have placed deep into the Curse jungle. Oh, look at the combo.
You over the wall.
And Link says,
no, he's going to go back. Woo, very close. Xpecial taking that one to the face, but they're going to have a lot of pressure now to go onto this mid turret, and they decide to back it off without vision to the rest of the team. They say that was enough. Let's go ahead and get ready for draft.
They trade jungler HP for mid laner HP here. Dominate actually does not opt to return, though, because of the movement from CLG, and they're rushing down this dragon. Heals from Quas, get Dominate back up to half-life, and Link not going to be there for this.
Oh my gosh! The zap from Double Lift as he fixes his glasses and goes ahead and backs home.
On paper, great move from Curse. After the trade,
they had everything they needed.
They forced back the mid laner that should have been their dragon. But Dominate mistimed smite here, and Double Lift is able to zap the dragon. See if CLG can actually retaliate.
Oh, that Soul Shackle actually quite well. How somehow he has not gone down yet. Aphromoo is still alive. Double Lift coming back with one. Xpecial does not want to pull that death sentence into its final position. And Double Lift gets a second one. They're getting excited now. A few rocket shots onto Dominate, but the red buff is not enough to control another kill.
Looks like Chris got a little flustered after that dragon was stolen away from them. They wanted to get more. Yes, the turret does go down, but CLG answer with the kills in the turret of their own. See if they can actually keep pushing here. Well, it's very small death timers for Curse.
That was a 400 damage zap to get Double Lift and the rest of the team going, and now this effect is just really dominating Curse. They cannot get a ground or a foothold to get themselves back in, and watch out, Link. Your clone's going down. Dominate eats the clone up alive. There's the binding onto Dominate to really stop anything from happening further, and Curse is forced to do some cleanup duty.
Great use of the black shield.
Oh, man.
Nah, he's fine.
Getting some speed up steroids from Quas, but it's not enough.
Great use of that black shield there by CLG. Shielding up Link here.
How does Aframu live?
Alright, so Aframu starts this one off by going into 3 people. Good ult, and he also actually used his exhaust on Quas. Or on Cop right there. But anyways, he does get the stun on Voyboy. They lock him down, and Cop gets a binding to the face. More plays by Aframu, more kills for CLG, and they were able to take the turrets. 2 turrets mid for CLG, but Curse answer with the last outer at least. Perimeter defense is down.
Plays indeed. Aframu coming up once again, showing true his mechanics tweet. Putting a little ground behind that as well. 6-3 now, 19 minutes in. We're starting to see our first real gold lead of about 2,000 gold. It's in the favor of CLG as they slowly start to pressure the map. Now they'll start to go real CLG mode and take everything they can.
Yeah, it's been, a slow and methodical game because they're playing very standard here. Both teams playing standard route, and it's really come down to execution in these fights. These small differences have just been one trade before the dragon, small miscalculation with a smite, or misplaying and overcommitting to a turret. It's pretty much all just coming down to your actual execution of these small team fights and skirmishes. That's made the difference here for CLG.
Lanes are so even as you look around, except for Dominate. He had a very good game here as him and the team try to pressure the blue buff. Dexter is still moving in, though, with force.
Now watch out, because Link does have his Deathfire Grasp now. He's definitely looking to 100% one of those squishier targets that's not blocked by a wind wall.
Lot going out for a lot of nothing. Aframu getting hurt on that one. He's looking. They get a speed up on the Whimsy. Vision of where the exit path is right now. That's going to wear off from the Sonic Wave, and it looks like CLG is going to try and pressure the outer turret. Cop almost gets rocked down to about 25% HP. He will no longer be able to participate. It looks like they grab the outer tier second in bot lane.
They lose one turret, but meanwhile, Quas is doing a strong split push in the top side. See if Curse can actually hold out long enough. They need to stop these recalls from CLG if they want to answer anything. They're so low, though, that it's extremely dangerous. Let's see if Dominate... Oh, he does not check the bush. Seraph gets back in time. He should be able to stop this single-handedly.
Doesn't have a crazy amount of damage on Quas. That next item is the needlessly large rod for him. His effect in fights definitely a little more helpful. But for now,
almost
so close.
If Dominate had face-checked that bush, which is extremely risky, then he might have been able to...
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
He would have been able to stop Seraph and trade those secondary turrets. However, no face check, no stopped on the recall, and CLG come out slightly ahead. Top turret definitely will go down very quickly if Quas returns to that split push up top. Looks like Quas is actually going for Death Cap second. He wants the extra ability power for extra burst damage.
Crusherizing.
A lot of people have actually been opting to thread in some ability power before going full Runon's Hurricane after his Nashers. It does scale very well, both with the Nashers already and the innate kit. Link goes for try number 2 onto Cop. 0 for 2 though, unsuccessful. This time doesn't even get a big chunk out of his HP.
Hit the DFG, missed a few others. Link playing a very scary game of clear the wards. Like Special says, now it's your turn again.
Thing is, it's going, a very calm pace here for both teams, but CLG double lift on Jinx is going to start out scaling Cop pretty soon. Cop's about to come up to his biggest power spike. He's about to have the Bloodthirster plus Trinity Force, but already double lift going with the more sustained damage build. Phantom Dancer completed for him. So as we get further and further into the future, it's going to be easier for him to carry these fights, especially being backed up by that Lulu and Morgana Black Shield.
I feel like one of these engagements can be very scary.
Look at all those dashes, expecting the blinding to hit. CLG stopping their tracks,
though. A lot of dashes, a lot of gap closers, a lot of long-range crowd control, and that also can get a team in trouble. If you can't follow the rest of your team, then you're in a bad position. We see both teams kind of spread out now. A lot of that engagement was happening over the bottom wall. 4 pink wards were down there for the readiness of CLG.
What a rotation here from Curse.
Yep.
Because they had vision control of this side, is the only reason that CLG didn't make a more decisive move.
Yeah.
CLG, without vision of Baron, couldn't be sure. Couldn't be sure if Curse were actually going for that turret or if they were actually going for a very risky Baron. So that's why CLG wasted a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Going to put that ward inside Baron Pit. Once CLG see that they actually opted for a turret, easy choice for them. Get some extra minions, swivel down to Dragon, and they're able to pick up the global gold here. Dexter had a hard time doing it by himself, though.
Doublelift almost stole it from Dexter.
And there, Curse actually now move over to Baron. That ward definitely going to pay off for CLG. Let's see how fast they could burn it down, though. CLG going to have to worry. Doublelift and Dexter recalling. Doublelift cancels, but Dexter's in the base.
Kobe, last game these teams fought at 29 minutes. Curse forced a Baron that put CLG back in this game. Curse is behind right now, so CLG could easily just get more of a lead here. It actually goes over to dominate. They're going to be fighting this one out with Baron. They're going to get out alive by killing Link. He flashes the glitter lance. Seraph gets hit up, but he doesn't pull anything else out for the team to follow. They're slowly rolling this one through. Seraph's going to get hit. No vision from the Foss Bomb. Boy's in range. The flash from Seraph as well. Aframu's there, but it's only going to be an offering of the Dark Binding. And they take down CLG to put themselves back in range.
Curse with the okie doke here. They fake Baron side once, get the turret. This kind of lulls CLG into a false sense of confidence. They're like, oh yeah, Curse would never go rush one of those Barons. Nope. Not after what happened last game. Yet, Curse actually returned to the scene of the crime, killed a single call, and going all the way back to base, they lose out huge.
Curse find the pretty much one and only way to put themselves back in a position to dictate how this game goes after top's taken, and Baron, they go down.
So remember, Dexter right here is going all the way back to base because he's so low from the Dragon. Doublelift cancels his recall and does the right thing to check this, but CLG, they just didn't respect this move enough. They didn't figure Curse would have the guts to go for another one of these Barons, and Link almost even stole it. That's how close this was. Good smite this time, though, by Dominate. He redeems himself for that Dragon, secures the bigger objective, purple buff for the team.
We'll see how Curse can hold this now. This is almost when they can get themselves in the most trouble, Kobe, is when Curse starts to come back. They feel like they have that lead they can work with. They almost get themselves into a sticky situation.
Link, though, he set up a very nice kill zone for himself. Wards on both sides, already swept out this bush. So if anybody kind of ventures into his little web here, he will have some easy target practice. However, looks like Seraph has given up the game. The jig is up. Seraph walked by a ward. Now they're suspicious. Link's playing that waiting game, though.
They can get Quas down.
He's looking for that. He's looking for that sick lamb, the straggler of the pack. Doesn't find anybody though.
Slow moves. All right, Link. There he goes. Maybe he was stuck for something.
Can they defend the stink ward though? Link's got two
dashes. Out of the mud.
Should be okay. Wrong side of the team though.
Boy gets there fast, but Link is saying, why is Blue aggroed? I probably don't want to walk any farther. He stays safe, but he's so far away from the team right now. This distraction is actually working for CLG as Doublelift gets to the bottom side. Quas meets him though. So it's a lot of adapting right now for both teams.
Yeah, there's no way Doublelift can push on this turret. Quas has blue and purple buff, so he has pretty much infinite sustain here. He can spam his heal as well as Baron regen. No way that Double can get much done there. And Curse, they're able to run CLG around the map here. Steal blue, then chase them back out of this mid feint that they were going for. They're controlling the map well, however, they aren't able to get any push down yet. Now they're going to be able to siege up at this turret after a successful defense. CLG have to watch out for thresh hooks as well as cocoons from Dominate, because if one of those lands, whoever it is going to get annihilated.
Just like that, Wild Growth is what you need to stay alive. Aframu flashes again. This time he was not able to use Soul Staff. His flash is already down, and they're trying to still go for the fight. It's special. Dodges out. The rocket hits somebody else, but Cop, the big one for Curse right now, is down. Boy is being chased out by Aframu. He's ready to go down for the everything, but here comes Quas. Quas has not been seen in quite some time, and he comes up with a double kill.
So Link there in the chase goes right in. Beautiful play after taking the hook in as well. And Curse regain control, shove right up mid.
The false sense of security is enough in that fight. Quas coming up very big with that Kale top. We have not seen it too much. 28 minutes in, the inhibitor is going to be dropped here for possibly Curse. Being slowed down quite a bit. Dexter and Link giving him what for? I don't think it's going to be enough
Link
though. Oh my gosh! Xpecial hitting another hook to initiate a great kill.
In status
there it
here,
is again.
Really earning his stripes. First hook, they don't 100% to zero Afro, and it actually does cost them a bit in this chase because Afro can add the black shield from the back line. He also ends up coming up to the front and exhausting, but they aren't able to take down Xpecial, and it's a missed intervention there. Intervention was used on Xpecial because Quas thought he was the target, but Link changes targets, goes for the more high priority. What a good play there from Link, even better than I thought it was first time around. He was able to trick Quas. But yeah, there's the follow-up, Xpecial with another hook and a great play there. That's the problem that we talked about with Kale. It's such a risky champion. Since it relies on that split-second decision-making, it's very easy for you to choose the wrong target going defensively there. Xpecial looked like the juicy, easy one. And so Quas tried to predict the damage, try and block it. Makes the wrong choice though, and Link switches targets very quickly, taking out the highest priority.
Very fast fights. It's only going to get harder as the items become more complete, and not a good situation here for Link. He's safe on the distort out. Give him the black shield. They know that Morgana just on the backside after seeing that. Curse again pulls out Dragon for themselves. The in and the out, 1-2. Smite it out, smote if you will, but Quas comes up with it. 4 sweepers aside here as we see Voyboy trying to make safe moves throughout the map. That's just good.
Yeah, he saw it. He left the ping behind. He wanted to get up top lane as quickly as possible so he can scare off Seraph. He'll leave that behind for somebody else to clean up. That's Xpecial's job.
There you go.
Reminds me of the time when TSM had that bet where they lowest ELO in the house has to wear a trash bag. Looks like it's up to Xpecial to clean up wards. The trash man of Curse now.
Yep. We got Afromu doing it as well. One of the last hits. Afromu go all the way. 20 seconds on Baron. You can see Curse kind of hovering towards the top side of the map. They don't really want to be anywhere else. They're going to go ahead and set up some red.
Why would you want to be anywhere, Swift? You know, Baron's about to come up. Let's dance. They've got really strong ward coverage. CLG, if you're on their team right now, your mindset is this is a very, very scary side of the map to go to. So you have 2 options. Face check into the full fog of war of Baron.
That's fast.
And they choose that, but it's a little bit slow.
Huzzah! Baron going down. Curse, no contest on that one. They're going to go ahead and waltz towards the top lane. Looks like they are actually going to be pressured, though. They say we're a little bit slower than this mid lane wave push here.
Yeah, they're the ones with the upper hand, though. They don't have to take any risky calls and try and out-push CLG. They're going to go back and defend here. They actually make the call for Quas to stay and shove down this top. Now, can they stop CLG's recalls, though? They don't want to...
Oh, he gets it! That was the distortion used! Cobb comes up with a kill. CLG did not want to be caught here. Worst situation possible. You still had Kale pushing. He has actually backed. Curse is now pushing in a 4v1, 5v1 situation.
Xpecial making this Yasuo Thresh combo look easy, man.
Wow.
He comes up once again, right when they need it. Just crucial displacements here from Xpecial, back to back.
Straight down the mid lane, shortest one on the map. Dexter doing what he can to go for the inhibitor with the help of his minion buddies. But this is Curse now on the Nexus turrets. 1 is going to be falling down. There's 8 seconds on the fastest timer. That's for Link. He cannot solo out the entire team. Too much single focus damage. It's going to be the Nexus. It's going to be Curse taking down CLG in 32 minutes.
And Curse, they finally have one of the games where they don't make that one crucial mistake to lose it. This is why all the teams have been talking about how well Curse have been doing in scrims. They show up big on LCS today. They made some very strong choices, but a lot of it did come down to execution in those early skirmishes, the team fights as well. CLG were ahead at the beginning, and Curse were able to climb right back into this one.
Something Curse needed something Chris got was that everybody played up to par and then some. We've said before, it's one or the other. Nobody comes together on a day to have more than one player be the carry. And I gotta say, Special and Cop in the bottom lane had a great day today, especially Special, setting up the hooks after the laning phase. Very well played.
Yeah, both of them definitely showed up big. Said there was going to be a lot more pressure on them.
Yeah.
Cop 7-2-3.
On that Corki, man. People are loving that Corki. I think he's going to get himself into the...
Have been pressing it in that mid game, and there is no,